Hello everyone! This is Darshini, and in this video, we are going to be talking about how to make good decisions and how your mind plays a role in your decision making and how you can train your mind to listen to you and be able to do whatever you choose for yourself to do. Make sure that you watch this video completely because I'm going to be sharing some really valuable stuff throughout this video. So, watch it fully to be able to make the most out of the video. So, let's get started. So, generally, when you hear the word decision making, we tend to think about the big, major decisions in life. But decision making doesn't just apply to the big, major decisions in life. If you just think about it, at every moment of life, we have a choice. So, it's also about all the small everyday decisions that equally impacts our lives. So, even though you make great major decisions in life, it is the everyday small decisions that majorly contribute to the quality of your life. For example, you might have chosen a great career that you absolutely love. But what will happen if you get stressed even with the smallest of obstacles on the way? The small decisions doesn't just contribute to the quality of your life. They also help you in reaching your goals. For example, let's say that you have this dream project that you're working on. What will happen if you constantly keep checking your phone throughout the day? What will the small decisions of when and how frequently you check your phone cost you in reaching your dreams? So, it's important to have a clear mission and also take care of the decisions that you make along the way. The decision of your mission is very important, but it's the small everyday decisions that decide how quickly you accomplish your mission. So, check whether all the choices that you're making, that is, even the small ones, are aligned to the mission that you've created for yourself. Suppose you don't have a clear mission in the first place, or you do have a clear mission, but you're not really sure whether your small everyday decisions are serving you or not. Then, just check which choice would increase your soul power. So, now, what is soul power? Soul power is directly proportional to your soul happiness. The happier the soul, the more powerful it gets. So, choose the task that makes your soul happy, and this will make your soul powerful. If you ask why the soul should get powerful and how is that even beneficial to you, then the answer is it is because the higher the soul power, even with less effort, there is more results. The things that used to feel difficult in the past will feel easier when the soul power is high. For example, let's say that you're deciding to start a particular work today, but you don't do it because you don't feel like doing it. In this case, your soul power decreases. But if you do it anyways, your soul power increases. If you're wondering that I just mentioned that soul power is equal to soul happiness, so if you do something that you don't feel like doing it, will that not make your soul feel sad? No, because the not feeling like doing it feeling comes from the mind and not from the soul. The soul wants you to do whatever you decide for yourself. It will not produce the feeling of not feeling like doing it. So, understand that this feeling arises from your mind. So, in the later part of this video, we will be looking at why we should listen to the soul and not the mind. So, now let's look at how to overcome this feeling of not feeling like doing it. So, let's say that you're having this feeling of not feeling like doing it, right? Just let the feeling be and do what you plan to do, or whatever you said that you would do. Although you don't feel like doing it, if you just let the feeling be and do as planned, eventually the task that once used to feel difficult will start getting easier and easier. So now, why does this happen? Because once you overcome this feeling, your soul power increases. So the next day, you'll be starting off with a soul power that is higher than the previous day. And the subsequent day, you'll be starting with a soul power that is higher than both the previous days. So, as the soul power starts increasing, the task starts getting easier and easier. So, the higher the soul power, the easier the task is to do for you. Thus, your mind will eventually get trained to listen to you. Soul power is high when your mind listens to you, and soul power is low when you listen to your mind. So, to train your mind to listen to you, start making conscious choices as opposed to your automatic way of doing things. The more you make conscious choices rather than blindly following your mind, the more it gets trained to listen to you. It has to be either one. It's either you listen to your mind or your mind listens to you. So, the more you take charge and start telling your mind what it is supposed to do, the more it gets trained to listen to you. But when you're in the automatic way of doing things most of the time, then you're training yourself to listen to the mind. So, when you start making conscious choices aligned to what you truly want, the mind has no choice but to listen to you. Initially, the mind doesn't just listen so easily to you, but to make your mind listen to you, you need to take strong decisions and execute it. It is this strong determination to execute what you choose for yourself that slowly makes your mind start listening to you. So the more you do this, the more your mind gets trained to listen to you. It's really about which is more powerful at any given point of time that decides whether you choose to listen to the mind or the soul. Now you might say, what if I'm scared to make a strong decision? Or what if it goes wrong? It's just easier to simply listen to the mind. Yes, you're right. It is easier to listen to the mind. That's why most people do it. But just think, does it feel fulfilling when you listen to your mind? See, your mind would always want to take the easy path. But what truly is fulfilling and satisfying might be a challenging path. Don't you think challenges makes our lives more interesting? Think of it this way. Why most of us like going on adventures? It's because it's challenging, and when we get challenged, we feel more alive and excited. Let's say that you're going to this theme park. Would you like to go for an adventure that's very easy for you, or the one that challenges you? Here comes the deciding point. At this point of time, your mind will ask you to go on the easy path and be within your comfort zone. But your soul would prefer to go to the challenging one and grow and expand your comfort zone. The mind likes to stay inside the comfort zone, whereas the soul likes to expand the comfort zone and grow. So, now it's time for you to decide. Do you want to listen to your mind or increase your soul power? There are just two choices from which you've got to choose at any given point of time. It's either the choice the mind tells you or what your soul tells you. If you choose to increase your soul power, you have got to make conscious choices until choosing that which increases your soul power becomes natural to you. If you ask why you are naturally not making the choice that increases your soul power and why it has to be consciously done, it's because when you were a child, it was always natural for you to make the choice that increases your soul power. That's why children are always happy and joyous. Later, society asks you to take the safe path and be like everyone else around you. When you start listening to it and be like everyone else, you will start to lose your originality and not be aligned to what you truly love to do with your life. When you're not aligned to who you truly are and what you would truly enjoy doing with this gift of life that has been given to you, then your soul power would decrease. Because only when you make the choice that's aligned to who you truly are and what you love doing, your soul power will increase. If you are a parent watching this video, please tell your children that success is inevitable when they put their heart and soul into doing what they love. Then, watch what happens. Making the choice that increases their soul power would become natural to them. To check yourself whether you are listening to your mind or your mind is listening to you, see whether that you find yourself using statements like, "Oh, that's difficult, I can't do that," or simply see whether you can easily do whatever you choose to do, regardless of whether the path is easy or hard, whether you feel like it or not. If you find yourself saying, "Oh, that's difficult, I don't think I can do it," then you are listening to your mind. But if you say, "Wow, that's an interesting challenge," then it's your mind that is listening to you. For example, if you decide that you're going to wake up at 5 the next morning, are you easily able to do it? Or how do you respond when an easy alternative is presented to you by your mind when you're about to do some real work? Real work means the work that brings real change and growth in your life. Just imagine how easy things would be to accomplish if your mind just listens to you. That's the difference between high soul power and low soul power. When there is high soul power, with less effort, there is more results. But with low soul power, even with more effort, there is less results. That's why when your mind listens to you, it means that you have high soul power, and when you listen to your mind, it means that there is low soul power. Now, why it's not so easy for many people to create the habits that they know is good for them and have even wanted to build it for years? It is because of listening to the mind and taking the easy path of staying in the familiar zone. The familiar zone doesn't necessarily have to be comfortable or that which makes you happy. Yet, it's the fear to step into the unknown or the unfamiliar that makes people stay inside the zone of familiarity. Of course, nobody wants to, but when the time comes to do the real work, it depends on who we listen to. Is it the mind or the soul? So, make a decision and just simply do it. Don't think about whether it's going to be painful or not, possible or not, etc. Because most of the times it is the fear of pain that is preventing us from taking actions. To give you an example from my life, in November 2021, I wanted to do a 7 days water fasting challenge. I've water fasted for one day for quite a few times before that. But I wanted to do it for 7 days in a row. I simply didn't think about whether it's possible or not, or whether I can do it or not, etc. I just straight went ahead and started off the challenge. And I simply wanted to finish it successfully. I had a clear target and I simply had to complete it. So, this not thinking about whether it's possible or not, or whether I can do or not, is not something that I consciously did. It was just natural for me. But just for this case. But in other cases or situations in life, this is not how it naturally is. So, what we can do is take the lessons from this experience and apply it to other situations in life. I just really wanted to do this challenge, and finally, I was able to successfully complete this challenge. Now, if I think back about it, it's also a very strong determination that I had at that time that made it possible. I simply wanted to be able to do it. There is just no other reason to do. After like day 3 of my water fasting, when it started to get really tough to water fast, I was asking myself questions like, why am I even doing this? What's even the point? Why am I even making myself go through all these things just because I want to be able to finish it? Then I realized that there is just no point in doing anything at all in this world. So the only question was whether I choose to do it or not. And I chose to do it. Does that mean that it was all a smooth ride? No. I even felt like giving up a lot of times on the way. But I procrastinated to give up. That is, whenever I felt like giving up, I would tell myself that I shall give up if I want to the next morning. And I found that after a good night's sleep, I felt very energetic in the morning, so I would continue fasting that day. This is how it was possible for me to fast for 7 days in a row. So in this case, I found that procrastinating to give up was serving me. So I call this the positive procrastination. Actually, you can just try experimenting with this positive procrastination method. Whenever you feel like giving up or finding it hard to persist while you're working on a particular goal, then try this positive procrastination method. And just as a side note, and to make things really clear, I'm not asking you to try the 7-day water fasting. I'm only asking you to try applying this positive procrastination method to whichever goal you have set for yourself. So, after completing this challenge, I felt a lot more stronger and I got the confidence that I can do anything that I set my mind to. The reason I'm telling you this is because when you start doing what you really want to do, it will drastically improve your confidence in yourself and thus make your subsequent endeavors easier, since your mind now has a proof that you can achieve things. So my main intention behind sharing this story with you is because I want you to feel more stronger and more confident that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. See, guys, life is a game, and we are all here to play this game. So, the only question is, what do you choose and which game would you like to play? Because if you start looking into the why, whatever it is that you want to do, if you start going deeper and deeper and look at the core reason, it will be to be happy. Just think, is there any other core reason? It's either to make yourself happy or others happy. So, just look at whether you feel alive, excited, and happy to play the game that you choose for yourself. That's why the only question is whether I choose to do it or not, will playing the game make me happy? Another thing to note is that when you're trying to create something totally new, you have two choices. One is to freeze because of the fear of pain, and two is to decide and commit and to just simply do it. The first option of freezing because of the fear of pain is one of the most common causes of not being able to create something new in your life. So, make sure that the fear of pain does not stop you from moving forward. Freezing from the fear of pain will not do any good. It will not move the needle and also not bring any change to your life. It is simply an unnecessary source of stress. Actually, if you just experiment and see, you will observe that the pain for the first few days of trying to change is not as painful as feeling helpless or freezing because of the fear of pain. So, simply do it, and even if it pains, it will be gone in a few days because you would have built the momentum for this new habit or work or the project that you've taken up. Experiencing the pain for just a few days will take you in the trajectory of your dreams. The pain of the initial days is simply the energy required to break an old pattern and set yourself on this new pattern. It is actually not as painful as we imagine it to be. It is the fear of pain and not acting that is more painful than the actual pain we go through while creating a new habit. It is not acting because of the fear of pain that is one of the causes of anxiety. When you really want to do something and you don't do it because you think it will be painful, then this will even impact your other parts of your life. Every single thing that you do is all interconnected. If you take one action that doesn't just apply to that one aspect of your life, it will have an impact on your other parts of your life. For example, let's say that you have this dream project that you want to work on. Even when you're doing something else that you really like, example, a hobby, you will get reminded of this dream project which you haven't started or haven't been doing consistently, and it won't allow you to fully enjoy what you're currently working on. So, if there's something that you've been wanting to do for years, please do it. Find a way to make it happen. It's not about the results. It's about making time to work on that dream project. Just by working, you will get a lot of inner peace and stillness. If you're still concerned about making a bad decision, then here's the thing. Even if you make a bad decision, if you had been maintaining high soul power in the meantime, you can easily come out of the bad decision and make it right. Moreover, It's all about course correction. If you maintain high soul power, you will have enough power to come out of your mistakes, learn the lessons required, and move on. Sometimes, the reason you make that wrong decision is to learn a lesson. And learning doesn't always have to be hard. Learn the lesson, move on, and don't repeat the mistake. When you maintain a high soul power, all these will be very easy. So now, the next question is how to maintain high soul power. We, human beings, naturally have high soul power. So, it's actually about not depleting it. It's like how you feel fresh in the morning. If you do the things required to maintain your energy levels, then you can be energetic throughout the day. If you don't do the required to maintain your energy levels, it will automatically get reduced. Likewise, to maintain high soul power, think only the best and pure thoughts and do the best actions. Here, doing the best actions does not mean taking only the perfect actions and not failing. Best action means the action that's good for both you and others. Best action is the action that increases soul power. Next, what should you do to increase your soul power? To increase your soul power, do what your heart desires. Now that we've covered quite a lot of aspects in this video, you might be wondering where to even start since there might be a lot of things that you might want to change in your life. So, if this is your question right now, then go to the little voice inside you. There would be a little voice inside you asking you to do something for years, but you might not have been doing it. Either you are ignoring it or you've been trying to implement it. That is, you have the intention but haven't yet started implementing. Start with that. Now again, you might not be 100% sure about what is the best for you, but just start somewhere. As you keep moving forward, the path will get clearer and clearer. You can also course correct on the way. You cannot predict every single thing that might come on your path even before you've started the game. You have to walk the path to really experience what it holds for you. So, don't hesitate to try a bunch of different things. It's not about making that one perfect decision. It's all the everyday small decisions that count. Life is a long journey with a million little steps. So, take one step at a time. Just focus on the next step at every moment. The whole journey will then be smooth. Let's say that you have to climb 100 stairs of steps and reach the top. Now, how do you do it? Climb one step at a time and keep climbing, and very soon you will find yourself at the top. Isn't it simple? In summary, always make the choices that increases your soul power. Although the big major decisions in life are crucial, it's those small everyday decisions that contribute to bringing you closer to your goals every day. Remember that you are recreating yourself anew every single moment. So, there is opportunity for you to make decisions every moment. So, make your choices wisely. Make sure that it's your mind that is listening to you and not you who's listening to your mind. Train your mind for it. Make conscious choices and be strong and determined with your decisions. Once you make a decision, just do it. Don't think about whether it's possible or not, whether you feel like doing it or not, because it's those things that might hold you back before you've even started. And then we discussed when we feel like giving up, we can procrastinate for acting on that feeling. When you feel like giving up, you can tell yourself that you can procrastinate later if you want to. But now, continue. When you do this, you will find that it's easier to continue later also, and you won't give up. Also, apply this positive procrastination technique only to things that you really want to do and choose for yourself to do. That is, during those times when you're finding it hard to persist, and not for the things that you truly don't enjoy doing and really want to quit. Finally, always remember, life is a game, so choose the game that you would enjoy playing. So, if you listened to this video so far, I really hope that this video was helpful for you. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and I genuinely hope that you execute and implement these ideas in your own life and undergo incredible transformations. And share your experiences implementing these ideas in the comments down below, so that I can know you and your experiences, like how I've shared my experiences with you. Subscribe to this channel if you found this video useful, and share this video to whomever you think that this video will be useful. And see you in the next video.